Hi there, I'm Jim. Let's talk about Bitcoin. So we'll start with the chart. It's up, since my last video, it's up 35%. So it was around in the high fours when I last spoke to you. And now it's hit almost $7,000, which is pretty amazing. Old men are still yelling at Bitcoin. Charlie Munger, he doesn't like it. Warren Buffett doesn't like it from Berkshire Hathaway. They are amazing investors, but they don't understand Bitcoin. Fidelity will start institutional Bitcoin trading within weeks. Fidelity has $7 trillion in assets that they manage. And if their users invested just 1% of their portfolio into Bitcoin, it would double the market cap of Bitcoin, essentially doubling the price. So Bitcoin has value in that it's not correlated to anything else in the stock market. So when these investors are invested in the dollar or the S&P 500 or Apple or individual companies, they want diversification, but all those things tend lately to trade together. They go up and down together. So just by not being correlated to those markets, Bitcoin has a value. The next thing to look out for is something, I'm looking for the Venmo of crypto. So Venmo is great. A lot of people use it. I use it. We all go out to dinner, we have drinks, one person pays the tab, everybody else Venmos that person. So there is no Venmo for crypto, but CryptoCurve is building it. So it's not out yet, but it's basically Venmo for crypto, but it also allows you to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, manage your investments. It's got a lot of cool things like a nuke feature. So say you had a bunch of different coins in your wallet, you could hit one button and it just transfers them all to either Bitcoin or to a stable coin. Stable coin is just a coin that mimics the US dollar. So in effect, you'd be selling all your crypto and just getting out of it and getting into the dollar. So if you think it's all going to tank, you could just nuke, put it in dollars. Now you're just safe in dollars as if you're on Venmo. So it's a combination of an investment tool, a peer-to-peer payment tool, and also not just investing in crypto itself, but also ICOs. So new projects that come out, they're going to pool together and allow you to use this same app to invest in companies. So basically your finances, all the aspects of your finance get woven into one platform. For example, if you have your money on Venmo or in the bank, it just sits there. It's not doing anything. It goes up and down with the value of the dollar, but that's it. Whereas if your money's in here, it's doing things for better or for worse. If things tank, then your money's going down. But you can diversify in here. And I think eventually we'll all be invested in everything. And you can be invested in Apple, and that'll be tokenized, which would be in this type of wallet. You can be invested in a friend's company. You can be invested in insurance. You can be invested in loaning people money and getting interest from them. And you'd buy and sell your stakes in these things. So the economy is going to go less from having money and then investing that money and then selling those investments to have the money again to buy something else and pay for coffee. It's all going to be one big thing. And it's going to be very dynamic. So once this Venmo of crypto comes out, then look out. So you kind of have all of these factors coming in. You have the institutional trading coming fast. You have the Venmo of crypto. Will it be CryptoCurve? I don't know. It could be one of the larger exchanges. Democrat Congressman Rep. Sherman, he wants to outlaw crypto. So let's listen real quickly to what he has to say.
I look for colleagues to join with me in introducing a bill to outlaw cryptocurrency purchases by Americans so that we nip this in the bud, in part because an awful lot of our international power comes from the fact that the dollar is the standard unit of international finance and transactions. Clearing through the New York Fed is critical for major oil and other transactions, and it is the announced purpose of the supporters of cryptocurrency to take that power away from us, to put us in a position where the most significant sanctions we have on Iran, for example, would become irrelevant. So whether it is to disempower our foreign policy, our tax collection enforcement, or our traditional law enforcement, the purposes of cryptocurrency, the advantage it has over sovereign currency is solely to aid in the disempowerment of the United States and the rule of law.
So there you have it. The Congress wants to outlaw Bitcoin. Now, if you look into this man's history and who's funding him, who funds his elections, it's banks and investment groups. So they have an interest in getting rid of Bitcoin. So they're paying him, and all of these guys are bought and paid for. Everything they say, every rule they pass is, somebody's paid for it. Now, could they do it? Possibly. But what he does give away in what he says here is a lot of real truth about how the world works. U.S. dominance is based on the dollar. All oil is settled in U.S. dollars. It makes our currency very powerful, and everybody wants the U.S. dollar. Now, China and everybody else is looking to stop that. Bitcoin is a threat to that. So he's got a point that it may be un-American. But for good or for ill, a decentralized currency that the world can use will allow humanity to work together, but it could also allow evil. I don't know. It all comes down to, should people be free, or do we need to be controlled by a few at the top? And that's a great question, and we're going to find out. An important thing to remember is you can't ban Bitcoin. You can only ban yourself from Bitcoin. If a country like the United States made it illegal, the talent, the developers, and the economy would just move somewhere else, because it's a big world. All right, that being said, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and have a great day.